3, 2, 1.
This video brought to you by Green Man Gaming. Green Man Gaming, head down to the link below and get all the great deals on video games because that would support me and I really, really want that. I am performing the spin maneuver. Folks who have kept track of this playthrough know how complicated this is. It's when the entire vessel spins around through the aid of its own reaction wheels. The lander seems to be holding itself on pretty okay, but it seems to be bending around here, which unfortunately is a Clampatron docking port. Now, we've tried to tie those down, and it looks like one of them is actually crooked a little bit. No, that's just a perspective illusion. It looks like it's falling off, but it's not. What the? Did it just... No, it is still spinning. I thought it just lost control of itself there for a second. Ooh. Using a lot of power to spin this thing. Go ahead and shut off the docking autopilot. We have a new target. And that is the outer Jovian moon of Pole. So we're going to set that as the target. We're going to need to do a bit of an intercept. I'm going to fire up the engines here for a bit, so go ahead and close the service bay. Easy, girl. My God, you're going to get whiplash. You will. Oh, my God. Don't argue with me on this. She always does. She's not the most stable ship, but an excellent choice. She's just a little high maintenance. Just a bit. Just a teensy tiny bit. She's got a solar farm on the back of her. What do you expect? Big solar farm. Big. Big ship. Oh, God. Okay. So, you probably have a little bit of wobble after that. Just a bit. But from this angle, let me see here. Honestly, no joke, we should be doing this at periaps. Unfortunately, that would put us on the dark side of the moon. So, we're just gonna have to do it here. We have, oh, wait, hang on. That's something we should probably do. First step to a better life is to shut down these engines. Excellent. Now, stabilizer just a little bit. Okay. Easy now. And go for half throttle. Make that quarter throttle, actually. Go for quarter throttle. Just until we're outside of the influence of this planet. Easy now. Burning a little bit of power, but... actually, no, we are not. Looks like the panels are compensating. Excellent. That is ... extremely good. that she still has power to do this. Alright, take it easy. We're gonna ease off the throttle as well on our way out. Okay, ease off. Ease off. There we go. Good girl. That is extremely good. 11,000 meters per second delta V remaining. We are looking fine. Looking absolutely fine. Fuel reserves on the lander. Looking good. Looking good. Alright. We gotta get out of here now. That is a lot of data, actually. Go ahead and clean the experiments as well. Gonna want to review all that data. Let's see here. Uh-huh. Yep. 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 Doodle do. Yes. And yes. And yes. And yes. 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 And more yes. EVA report, a gravity scan, a seismic scan, a temperature scan, atmospheric pressure scan, another EVA report. I think that was the Jofke report. Which will bring us up to 35 gigabytes worth of data for 8.8 science per day. 0.85 science per day. We have too much science. Oh my god. Is she wobbling? Just a bit. That's okay. Leave. Let her do her thing. Let her go stoic. We only have a few more burns to do. Okay, she's stoic. It'll take us a little bit to get away from the moon. We have to spin around, I think, like one more time. Give her a gentle little spin. There she goes. There is Jewel over there. You can actually see Lathe, and I think that is Ike. No, wait, Ike was somewhere else. I think that's Tylo? Although I thought Tylo was a bit further out. Ease off the time accelerator. Bring us back down to times 5. We're now high above Bop. Though I think the game would consider this low orbit. Let's see. Get me a crew report. High over Bop. Okay. What is right next to Lathe right now? Val. Tylo is over on the other side. So that should be like... There is Tylo right there. So right now, in this shot alone... One second. In this shot alone, we could actually see 3 of the jewel moons. There's Val, Tylo. No, wait, that's Lathe. So it's Val, Lathe, and there is Tylo. Tylo is a very high-density planet. It's going to take a very advanced lander in order to get us onto the surface and back again. Lathe has almost the same atmospheric pressure. Unable to transmit from via ComNet. What? Did we just lose connection to Julcom? Where is Julcom right now? Julcom is right there. Honestly, Julcom is closer to us right now than I thought it was. Anyway, I gotta figure out some maneuver planners. We need to intercept the target. Let's see here. We could burn right now, and how much, though? 67,000, yeah. I think we all know that's not going to work. Advanced transfer to another planet. Pork chop selection, create node. No. Create node. Use a regular home and transfer function. Okay, home and transfer. Buy impulsive home and transfer to target. Intercept only. No capture burn. At the optimum time, create. The optimum time would be in 20 days, 2 hours, and 12 minutes. If we burn there, we only need to burn 93.6 meters per second of fuel to get an intercept. And if we do that, closest approach to pole is going to be, let's see, a periapse of... We'll get pole intercept in about a month. Yeah, let's do it. That honestly, that's really, really good in terms of Delta V usage. So go ahead and line us up with the target vectors. Like that, like if you only have to burn 93 meters per second of Delta V, that is astounding to go from one moon to another. Especially really small ones like this. Oh, wait. No. Maneuver. Swap back to the other direction. So, it'll honestly just be easier to do the full circle. This is your dumb mistake. Yeah, just a little bit. Oh, God. Let's see what's going on with the emails. Some new anime mobile game. Oh, good. The Humbly Bundly. is selling more weird stuff. Newegg trying to sell some shit. GoDaddy telling us about the website. David Seagal is like, would you like to sign my petition? Redbubble telling me that my order has been printed and shipped. Those are the new stickers for the, HTC Vive. And Patreon U, also known as Patreon University. This video is also brought to you by Patreon, not just Green Man Gaming. Did you know that? Bet you didn't know that. That's some facts of life there for you guys. Alright, take it easy. We're gonna ease into this. Just ease right on into this. In a minute, we'll, well, on our way over towards the planet, we will fine-tune... We will fine-tune the, fine-tune the approach so that we can figure out a final separation distance from the moon. Current location of pole over there. I see it. We're chasing it right now. Right now we are chasing the moon. Alright, take it easy. 1 day, 5 hours, 4 hours, 3 hours. We're gonna start slowing it down real soon here. Alright. And that is 5 hours. 4.5 hours. Just take it easy. Easy. She's a big girl. Also, God forbid we interrupt their, Zero-G D&D campaign they got going on in there. There is Val, and there is Laith. Where is Tylo? There is Tylo. Tylo is currently on that side. So we can see 3 of the jewel moons right now. We're gonna visit them all. There's going to be a Val mission, a dedicated Tylo mission, and a dedicated Laith mission. And that will be all of the jewel moons. Val, of the 3 inner moons, Val is going to be the easiest one. Val has no atmosphere, and we've already tested the lander. Lander works like a dream. It's just... Well, the delivery platform has been wobbling since day 1. I can't believe you're opting out of using the more powerful Jewel-Com transmitter. That's incredible. Like, that thing has a larger antenna than ours. Alright. 40 minutes. Now 30 minutes. We need to be technically precise with this burn. Pole is a very small target, and I am trying to find my information on it as we speak. It's a very small target. Found it. Okay, I found the orbital thing. Okay, so from an elliptical orbit around Jewel to pole, low orbit, is actually 1930 meters per second delta V. Now, low orbit to the surface is 150 meters per second delta V. BOP! I think BOP was actually higher. BOP to surface was 260. Pole has lower gravity than BOP, which means it's a smaller target. And it's way more likely we're going to bounce back up into space. For reference, min-miss is 210. BOP is just 50 above min-miss. All right. Time-lapse times 50. We're in the final minute here. Take it easy. Slow it down. Slow down the time, Excel. 15, 14, 13, 12, 11. Technically, we need to start the burn in 5 seconds, so... And we're not overloading the engine again. We're capping it at 1/4 throttle. Throttle to 1/4. Easy. Very nice. Minimal sway. We are well within acceptable parameters. Did a longer burn escaping BOP. Everything's fine. Now, the plan is to actually use pole as a slingshot to get us out of the Joule system. Not a big slingshot, mind you, but a slingshot nonetheless. All right. Easy. Don't want her to come apart. 30 more meters per second delta V. We are running smooth. 19 meters per second more. 15. Gonna start easing off the throttle at about 5. 7, 6, 5. Start easing down. 3. A little bit less. Okay, good. 1 meter per second delta V. 2, 1. Golden. That is beautiful. Unbelievable. Beautiful work. Okay. Next is, we need to, fine-tune the closest approach. Now, our closest approach to pole... I'm pulling up information on the rock as we speak. Whatever, use this tab. KSPPOL. Let's see here. Moon was especially hard to spot as it looks just like a pollen grain, particularly when observed through telescopes based near dusty fields. Pole's uneven surface has a very, very uneven surface. Ooh. Orbit under 3,000 meters is unwise, as it will almost always result in colliding with a mountain, spire, or plateau. Yikes. Okay, I'll tell you what, we're gonna cap that at 20. Wonderful. Set that up. go ahead and align us with our targeting vector. How are we doing in terms of wobble? She's stable. I'm seeing a little tiny bit of sway, but we're not too bad off right now. Let's see. Surface is wrinkled and uneven, has many spiked mountains and very large cliffs that can reach up to 4 kilometers high, and many kilometers wide. Many mountain ranges are circular and form bowl-shaped valleys. Its surface color ranges from brown over pale yellow to pale green. Appears to be composed of various phosphoric or sulfuric compounds and is covered in peculiar spire-shaped rocks. Interesting. Very interesting. A Kerbal could jump out of the ship onto the surface of Pole and have enough fuel to get back. Like, I'm talking jetpack fuel. So, Jofke, you're in luck. If you feel so inclined as to jump out of the ship again. But please don't. Oh my god. Okay. Now we can relax for about 4 days. Filled in and the boys could get back to their D&D campaign. Their Zero-G D&D campaign. They're gonna fight a dragon and maybe take down a swarm of giant bees next. Tons of fun. We've ended up behind Bop, but that is to be expected. And once we... well, we're at a lower orbit than Pole, but we're catching up to it. Our current speed is actually increasing because we're not at our Joule periaps yet. Oh my god, Joule is big. Joule is very big. First thing you have to understand about space is that it's so mind-numbingly huge. Alright. Time-lapse times 1,000. All the way down to 1 hour. Closing in on 1 hour before burn. Two and a half hours. They're gonna have to get back in their seats. They're still trying to figure out how to throw the dice. No, they're magnetic. They stick to the wall, so you throw them at like a surgical tray or something, and they just stick right there. Whatever number appears on top, that's what it is. Obviously, they only use 1 die. God forbid they lose that 1 die, because that's the only die they have on board the ship. If they lose that 1 die, their whole campaign is screwed. They'll have to use a computer or something. Okay, 45 minutes out from burn. No problems so far. Things are looking good. What the fuck? Ugh, God. Why can people on the internet not grammar? Ugh. I think I just got an aneurysm looking at that. I'm not gonna share it because you guys will get an aneurysm. You're welcome. 23 minutes away from burn. Oh, God. The more you look at it, the worse it gets. Okay, 15 minutes. I should start paying attention. Once again, standard orbital maneuvers apply. We are only doing a quarter throttle. Anything above that is a no-go. Okay, take it easy. 5 minutes. 3 minutes. 3.5. 2. 2.5. Time warp down 2 times 50. Alright, we're below 1 minute now. This is gonna have to be a really precise burn. Time warp times 5 until we're to about, I don't know, 5 seconds. Easy. Now, we have a burn window of 0 seconds here, which means that we burn at the same time we hit the node. 2 seconds, 1 second. Burn. Easy. Went a little too high with that. That was jarring. Okay, we have pole encounter in 10 days. That's good. That's very good. Okay, you can stop now. Just go ahead with stability assist. Okay, now, check mark on that. Just hold her right there. Hold her together right there. Take it easy. We've come this far. We're on the second half of the Bopple mission. I mean, we're here. We might as well explore 2 moons. 2 outermost moons of Jewel. Fun that we get to do 2 of them at the same time. It's actually, for the most part, a really big test of Headhunter space program hardware. Because if this thing could do 2 minor moons in one go, that's really good. Okay. We're not going to be able to see pole until we're really close to it. And I mean, like, really, really close. Now, ideally, we should burn on the Jewel side of the moon. That will push us away from the planet, give us a little bit of an extra boost as we're trying to leave the Jewel system. Gonna need a lot of power to get back home. We've been really good about conservation and power management, but we need to be a lot more careful. Okay. So from here, Jewel, there. There she is! Hello! Hey! We must be closer than I thought. That hole is bigger than we thought. What if hole is thinner than our estimates? Like, it's really big, but it's just thin. It doesn't have a very high density like we thought it did. Who's adding me? Oh, that's us figuring out our own D&D campaign. Yeah, you thought there's a lot of jokes about the D&D campaigns, but yeah. Okay, so I overshot the burn just a little bit. We're actually at 1,900 meters. Not 20. We're actually at 19 kilometers above the surface, not 20 kilometers above the surface. Now, at closest approach, we're going to be moving kind of quickly. So I want to go ahead and get us a line for burn now. At Periaps, we are going to burn retrograde until we have a stable orbit around the moon. Too far. Remember, any orbit that is below 3 kilometers will result in surface impact. So about there. That will put us at... And that right there will put us at one of the most amazing orbits I've ever seen. Get us aimed! Get aimed! Get aimed at that planet! I think we're gonna land in this video. It can't be too hard. I like the look of that ridge right there. If we can figure out how to approach that ridge without crashing, that'd be fantastic. Our biggest challenge of landing is going to be to find somewhere to land. Open up the service bay. It's time to do some science, you bastards. Gonna conduct that materials study right here above Pole. Hurry up. That kills the frame rate. Okay. High radiation environment. Good, good, good. Now, mystery goo. We got like 4 tubes of mystery goo in there. We got a lot of mystery goo. We also have our basic science kit lined up right there. Alright. Goo feels right at home here. Gravity detector. Multiple layers under the surface of the planet. Interesting. Temperature? Measuring the temperature of space appears to be quite impossible. Whatever, log it. Pressure data. Still nothing. And seismic data can't be done. Impossible. Don't even know why we have that on board. Alright, I want a crew report. It looks like a really large grain of pollen. You note down pull in your report. Alright, let's get a scientist out on an EVA. Dave, step outside for a little bit, please. Just tell me what you think about the situation, Dave. You're heading down to the surface. Nice suit! I think that's the new one. Alright. Get me an EVA report. Fantastic. Store. Get the hell on board. Let's see. Review the data. More science. That was a material study high over carbon. Go ahead and scrap that, actually. Log the observation data from the telescope. Fantastic. That is a good amount of science for us just getting to pull. We now have 37 gigs worth of stuff. 9.91 science a day. Basically one. Almost. They're gonna have a lot to do once we get all the pole science back up here. Like, wow. Okay, we do need to get ourselves into an orbit, though. So, chop chop. It should actually lower our speed as we come in, though. This is a 202.6 meters per second burn. Little bit longer than what we've been dealing with, and twice as much as what it took to encounter the damn thing. Which, quite frankly, that is extremely good. We've been incredibly economical with our fuel. Damn proud of that, as a matter of fact. It's really good. Easy, easy. We actually should have started burning 5 seconds ago, so bring us up to 1/4 throttle. If you would be so kind, Filden. He is our pilot. For reference, we would have had pole escape in 1 hour, 7 minutes. This is a tiny rock, and the crazy part is it's not even the smallest rock in the game. That honor goes to Gilly. Hands down. Because from low orbit of Gilly to the surface of Gilly, which, by the way, low orbit Gilly, 10 kilometers, 30 meters per second delta V. So, yeah, enough fuel to jump out of the ship onto the surface and back again multiple times. I'm debating whether or not we're gonna bring a lander for that one. Easy. Just be careful with her. She might come apart. That would be the absolute worst thing. Come on. Bring her around. $86. Escape is now in 2 hours, 15 minutes. Normally, it's like a day. Crazy, right? We are having a crazy day with tiny moons. Or at least I am. The return to orbit from Bop and this video, 1 session. Look at our apogee. That is going a little bit nuts. That's because our periaps is going further and further and further away. There we go. We have a orbit. Start slowing her down. Bring us down to 1/6 throttle. Easy. I don't know what the spin on this planet is going to be like. I also haven't decided exactly how much time we're going to spend on the surface of Pol. I also need to make sure we get into a good orbit here. Low orbit around Pol is considered 10 kilometers. So this is high orbit. Yeah, like 20 kilometers is considered high orbit. And easy, and shut down. Periaps, 1,600 meters. I want to burn a little bit more. Just a little. Easy. Be prepared to shut down when I tell you. 10, 9. Shut down. Our closest approach is going to take us 9.5 kilometers above the surface. And what was our safety margin on this? It was low. Anything under 3,000 meters. Whew. Let's get a real good look at this moon before we head down. But before we do that, let's get our crew figured out. Okay, now Jofke was actually supposed to go to this moon. So, Jofke, you will ride in the lander. Jeez. Our scientist, Dave Kerman. I did say he was coming, didn't I? Ellen went to the last one. Actually, Ellen, I need you in engineering. You're going to keep an eye on things up here. And for a pilot, Jebediah. Because Filden drives this ship. Oh, God, look at that. I'm seeing mountains. Not a lot of flat. Infrared telescope can't be done right now. Why not? How about a crew report? Let's see. Crew report in space near Pol. Okay, yeah, that's a new one. I need you guys to clean up the experiments. We're gonna do a more detailed gravity scan. Actually, tell you what, at this distance, we might be able to get a surface scan. We are getting a surface scan! We're looking at a 2.84% average on ore on the surface. Not a bad amount, but still. Alright, stop the wobble. Okay, good. Wobble has ceased. And we're only lagging because those doors on the material bay are closing. I told them to clean everything. Okay, gravity. Once again, multiple layers. Temperature. Go ahead and give that a good logging. And the barometer. The seismometer is really just there to measure the ship's ability to wobble. Okay. Conduct another materials study. Open up the doors. Oh no. More frame rate. Man, and the landing crew is ready to go. They want to get out of here. Okay. Good. That's more science. How much science we get on this trip? 1,000,000 science. We're finally putting that onboard laboratory to big use. It's like, okay, science team, welcome to the big think. This mission is going to test our ability to use that science lab. Okay. Video timer. We'll have to land next week, guys. I'm sorry. That'll do it for Headhunter Space Program this week. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked it, go ahead and hit the like button really hard with your head. I have no idea how this landing is going to go. The hardest part? Finding somewhere flat enough.
Come and fly away with me. Come and fly away with me. Come and fly